Jitro ni Carl.
Jitro.
Jitro.
Oh, lagi kuda ay. Wah, mati kuda medyo. Ya, tabang aja na mula shit yaw ay. Ari go bot go. Ang
Ano
sagad
lang?
kaliwat ay.
Kapatay na.
Yung padool mo iwa kay bahala kay. Steam siya ka. Spam na ko para di ka dool.
Oh, sakit kita combo dia.
Ito ako ano hotdog crepes good. Parintar mo to sa una, nabintar man karon.
Turbon.
Au sa. Dagan wa ka. Dagan. Istiha ka.
Oh, lardar kan. Di kedua
Bugo bit pa. Ay tagaglabay ah. Mahuan mo patay man na.
Punit ka ni Mira. Para kay mana.
Ron. Yata water. Daghan na nagnaosa ba ni siya? Kay sunod na butang yawa.
Fire.
Yata fire man. Sabi Galgod, level 4 mo mataduhan niya. Sila Lardar, level 6 na. Kaway ayaw sa dimoy.
Tak wala. Duha ta.
Kusog kay Haras. Saan nagasigo sa clips? Saan siya?
Dako na tag korta.
Ah. Oh, bas muka ni mo ulit dito bi.
Adlo ko igo lang mustan. Dawa tagaw.
Waton jod.
Tagaw.
Dagano.
Grenade ba?
Yan saan yan.
Puson.
Yata bucuk ko yun.
Wih. Padahal gamay ka, labay na kunin mo. Diha. Wah, mau dibalik.
Buang yung kaliwa to.
Kamatay eh.
Tagando.
Puti
Agay!
mo.
Namday PE day kalimot ko na. North ko go.
Blink mo na Carl.
Oh.
Sukmag eh.
Kata level 10 naman, kita level 6 pa.
Di, palibel agaw.
Iyo.
Tira ka do.
May witch doctor dre.
Wow, Slordor eh. Asa na na? Arit pa ba day? Atay gipus. Kuyawa.
Tempo ko. Uyagaw.
Report. Yata libi naman siya ako 8 pa. Pistim ni. Pode, dre.
Putihin niya, meron akong kapitan.
Gigi. Matay pa siya.
Agaw, lamboy ka agaw. Pati agaw.
Bahala ka na yawaga. Ambak ni Kalit ang animal ron.
Ante, meron bambak na.
Oo, guni. Oy! Yawa na.
Ilan, padung ko.
Ano ka di agaw? Ayawa. Bugay mo diya.
O ang kaliwa ta. Sobraan na sa kagamay do.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Ay, bot didre ka rin. Ano yun?
Patay, tapat akong mga agaw.
Piste na. Bikibi naman. Tatay at tatao. Do kaya to sa ani, duha na lagi ni kalayin babaw lagi. Yawa ani good.
Kuha ng jungle ng usa.
Oh yawa adota dako ano dis mo po sa.
No.
Sana. Pero talaga na sila eh. Sige, Dre.
Scary.
It's my
Lagi buk man ang boat.
it is in my power. I go as big.
Tako sa nimo go. Ay, yawa, wala kuptan.
Bash. Oh,
Sus, wala ni boss da.
walay basher.
Stay gaya sa jakong road eh. Lo. Go, but you go. Kamangin po. Hadlock na ko da. Daggan siya. Matay ka, Kyle.
Yes.
Kulating siya.
Buk-buk og tulo ka tao.
Your middle tower done.
Lulu.
Saan ni kanina ba? Yulit dari boat go.
XP na, kuha na.
Uy, yun. Oh, di ko magsulo dali. Di ko midi. Agay! Agay!
Yun eh.
Buang-buang gagaliwat ng niamba ka.
This
Uy, pang akong monitor.
Go, go. Diko. Tabang! Sumay ko.
Shumay.
Nabayag ba to? Wa. Ataya 04. Ataya tauhad na oy.
Kawala ni magaw.
Ikaw, wala ikaw. Nagtagir with Steam eh. Yata jud gamot aning invoker murag na epilepsy. Sige ra kurog ba?
Sige nagkuhan. Lo.
it's my
Kapatsuya yung mga courier gud. Ala patay akong migo. Patay jud siya. Dagan na. Tabang ko. Ay! Isna na ko'y kill usa. Bahala mo diha.
Yawar.
Oh, kagata na PE sa item na. Isti na kabis na din. Luar, nice ka bro.
Nice ka to.
Pakai klase bro.
wala bagyo
Bro klase mo lunis dyan sa.
Lunes
Hmm.
embot lang o pag-announce
Yatas pilahan na. Luoy gila mga estudyante pag sa gara pardo talisay. Eskulahon lagi.
Anad
Lo kayata mo level 13 na din ni dia eh. Din ada ni 20 kutub.
33 kutub gaw.
Yata.
it's right
Gaw koy ko ni mo gaw bait ko gaw.
Rigaw, kuig tagaw.
Buang kag kaliwat. Taka kag sud.
Yawar.
Layawa na kaigi sa man. Unsa din ikaw kani watcher gaw?
Mura nag-ward.
Mura ka Carla.
Vision na na.
Ah. Yay ka, umigo gibukbok eh sa padung ni. Oy. Hala! Agay! Kaya ta sakit tas pipi ah. Yato sa tanan hero nan na de joy aga so.
Ah.
Kaya ta ni ko.
Ay casual lang siguro. Bago.
Nga naman.
Bago ko nun.
Uy, bay, ayo. Bang, kayata to go good pilo ay.
Buchok ko eh. Pangalan din.
Mugo nga bacok ko. Kayata spiya. Ay, ablihan taning ko anmi. Yawi ka magduwa.
Abli.
Na yun say makuha. Kuha ba tag
Bukang nga mo wala.
kursi.
Kuha ka, bukbuk ka.
Ay, piste oy, gatsahat ko. Salamat mo do, ako'y buyback. Bong, kayotos PE mo kilaw na eh.
Mukilaw na ron.
Loh, suyari mo tos ka good, daghan na lagi to.
Duha.
Patay ko migo.
Duha ka.
Patay ko migo. Patay dyan ako migo. Ala ka na troll ay bagi bukbok bang wagi gamit ang madness, passive madness, amaw. Patay na pa inbo ah. Aray. Sapok ka dyan na ning upper rin niya away. Duguno. Usa di itong skill ni Nix ng mukuan din, yung invis siya din. O siya double dra to.
Ulti.
Ulti? Tabligya tani magic wand pipiste mo ni ayo.
Indeed.
Aboy rasyan tra.
Ta.
Ayaw pa man.
Ito na.
Wala pa. Ate sugato niya tag kontra dito.
Hindi, basta na. Kuha mo. Basta gold.
Asa kay rasyan.
Naubos.
Nasa lagi ni ubos ang animal lagi. Yata dako anas mapa.
Sugato na sa inbo na.
Koyo ko kali. Tagal ko tagal. Pisti. Uya na koy. Rebel din. Mawala na bikibis buang. Bagano! Wa aka. Napa po dahil buang buang o kaliwat. Ih. Oh, kaya ta. Nice one, team. Nice one.
balls.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Raray bali pa diya yung umigo. Ala ka diha. Gigi, tap na sad, tap na sad. Nanimal ka na.
Puman sige gupos buo.
Ano?
Alay!
Yo ka.
Ala!
Ikaw go, ikaw go. Kaya tali ko.
Ilog.
Ito.
Nice.
Kanagaw pati
Asa
agaw.
ka, PE?
Elias ang ginbugaw. Patay na PA gaw. Nagaw,
Yata
patay
pa.
agaw.
Wan ni Sato.
Huwag blink ka ra.
Ano makabikibi?
Lang.
Dagan ko gaw, sorry gaw.
Sorry ko.
Wala, nawala lagi akong aga lagi.
Ala.
Unsa to nga item?
Sa 30 minutes.
Upgrades the ultimate and passive. Ha? Ay, iyan ang ikuan. Kaya, sa chuya na ni good. Nana, di ko ilain nga slot. Palitag divine, bi.
Kana.
Ayaw. Mag-site of vice, ta. Diba? Site of vice lagi gapon. Ala, na-slide. Na-tiki dire. Gapaso-paso ay.
Tapang tiki.
Ara.
Ah.
Kaya tayo tiki.
Iyay ka! Ako gilatan. Sorry, nakalingki na ng buong. Di na lagi na maigo sa kong road lagi.
Huwa ka.
Nice one, team. Nice one.
Lagi.
Wala, ni Goro. Lagi di sila lagi.
Dahil ba kang buwang.
Bong! Hala, papa namatay. Nice ka. Hala, patay si Ipi. Patay si Ipi, pang. Ipos. Bite back si Nax. Bang. Lagi lang siya, guys.
Huwag tani.
Dagan.
Tani.
Pang kayata. Dagan na.
Narari ay.
Supla di ka.
Oh.
Narari ay.
Oh.
Supla di ka.
Ay.
Dako ka go.
Ang starda na si Glenn.
Napagaw.
Ay, sagaw, ay, sagaw. Palit sa kong sahit, gaw, para lagubo ni. Pisti daghan na sa tuplokono na niyawa, ay. So, may ilis ito, ano, eh. Ilis din, so, upgrade din yung rod of Itos, eh. Clipiner, kaya tatuyag nga na. Pani, kidaghan ng masud.
My power is some.
Push ka, Dragaw. Ay, di lang ko, di lang ko. Pisti ka. Peste ka. Pisti ni abot mas kampo akong kamera yawa.
Ay, Bakmer.
Ulo boy bok go.
Ano?
Gara sa ning paday. Ako rin mo kilaw ni mo do. Awa ka. Katabang nga may muhok ang padsyaw ay.
Bukong-buong. Arimer, comeback mer.
Ay sagaw. 30
Buhay na
seconds.
mer.
Ala. Di mo mag-leave go.
Gas.
Na-divine.
Divine.
Isa di ba pi?
Book yan.
Yata na ko ago. Ay hatag ng tulo. Ana din kale kanagal. La magamit na laging diban kung mo, ha? Di ba malak man ato? Asam ka? Papel kay ka. Uli dito. Sana bungi lagi na. Kabuang sa tao.
Na-divine. Matay na siya.
Okay. Lo.
Patay sa diya.
Buang ka.
Wagaw. Tara mo eh.
Na-divine.
Na-drop.
Divine ba ka?
Wala sila.
Ni-drop na rin.
Kananay mo.
Ako kasabot ka aloy. Kaya ni dua ay.
Di pali dito divine ang bukir sa tuwang fountain ko card.
Basin.
Tiglabay dito so.
Alagay kayo. Wala nabot ng pipat tayo. Hurot tolo.
Diwan mo na.
Ala. Patay. Yun yan.
Bang. Kayata. Lukapang bato eh. At tapos sa buo to gay team ano atong troll oy.
Urot na niya. Arares ka irat de ay.
Wala. Hurot na meron.
Kaway lambe. Ang bea.
Didu.
Kayata ge kuan di lagi ka chat lagi. Abati Yata di mo ko chat bati on inuwo good.
Pila day behavior score mo.
Below 6,000.
Pila?
Below 6,000. Wow, the good.
Giabli daw.
Isa.
Tanawa sa mga set, bisig, ganahan.
Tanawa na to. Asa to? Treasure. Ang nindot raman to rin. Sniper. Jag. Yata chuya tanaw sa jag. Oh.
Awang sniper, awang price. 14,000.
Uwi ka tursimi lagi.
Kuan.
Tapos kung kani makuha di ba? Baligya tani ka dili.
Baligya na.
Balay.
Balay man sa palit ka tursimi haligi.
Payag.
Ato butan tinti ato yatbang. Ayun ang ability drop go kayo to. Chuya tanaw sa sniper eh. Your process is being purchased.
Yara kay maabli ba na siya?
Ay dugay man. Atay sa dating gabi no eh.
I couldn't believe that he took his own life.
Atay ko uwang man 112 rom day suda ni pisti ba.
Yeah,
Ay bon eagle bi.
I kept his
So,
Pili ko na ni.
active
So
until
mo
now.
pa po na.
You know, when I look at his mobile phone.
Ah, di ba nara ka Gcash ah?
na.
Ayun sa ako ni pagpalit pisti war ba ko Gcash diri.
The last photo was Pam and I.
Saan
our
ni pagpalit gani?
which we celebrated.
Kuan. Kanang bikey.
Bike niya.
Ni add funds.
Advance.
Kana 200 mong minimum.
Uy. Ano lang ay pisti.
Dota niyo arcade.
Gi.
Gi.
What the fuck ba?
Gi.
Ako gi-play. I-install daw yung Hammer sa arcade kanang WTF.
Yes.
What the fuck S9?
Oh,
Arcade.
Naka-install na ako ah.
kuha sa
What the fuck?
WTF.
Is
Tanawa lang diya. Oh, it's 9.
Ita familiar lagi yun sa kay duwa ni gani.
Kanang way cooldown skill ba?
Ah magsusa ko adto ra kuan kampo.
Kana.
Buto-buto ba.
Man na download mo ingna kog man na.
Gi. Mag-o masugod.
Wa matag boxer di man wa boxer dire.
Bakshir mo nun.
Wala nga uga.
Sa kanilang sniper o ano. Jag. Ito ko yata napalagi ni mas mahal nga chest lagi. Ah. Ay, ang bilang nito. Yawa tanaw ni Enigma mura mag-costume sinulog. Ate gutom mapiste.
Managaw.
Tunga na ko.
Ali mo uta.
Buot pa kayawa.
Managaw.
Kapit ba? Tara day.
Mana.
Gimana mana? Yata 4K dia akong kuha like communication score yawaan ya. Luya kaunta.
Were steamboat, and that was the last photo that we took together. Oh yeah. 10 days after we lost him. So Pam and I, we don't think we have celebrated our anniversary since then. I literally have to confess to my family that I feel helpless. The most significant thing that I thought was important for me was to ask all of us to have a family meeting.
Ya telas ako
moving
doa
on with our
2022
life,
pa day
we will not
yawaan.
stay away from talking about the son that we lost. We weave that into our daily conversation, everyday life. That is definitely very helpful until now.
Zero MMR.
Memory mo? Zero?
Mo ni gawas diri.
Yoto gud.
Think of him as thing of is the most difficult boy to bring up. Nothing.
So,
Very sticky.
I just miss having him around.
Yeah.
You always know when he's around.
If there's one thing you could say to Jonathan right now, what would it be?
I would tell him that I still miss him a lot. I was still sad that I can't look for anything better and to have all my 4 sons together. Yeah. I think everything got back to normal, but within myself, I felt
Mundo tiya ba, do?
rotting away.
Wouldn't
Kan may
you
go?
were brought having suicidal thoughts?
Tama.
That was
Taga
something that
tabunok
I
rin.
wouldn't want to tell anyone, not even
Asa
my
na?
family. until I had to finally pick up enough courage to give SOS support. In the support group, everybody holds space for you, and we were able to actually support one another in that. Don't suffer alone. As a counselor who went through the loss of a loved one, especially to suicide, it gave me every opportunity to look at them as someone who has themselves their own strength, therefore their own competency and capacity to
IT breaks ako guys.
overcome
Pro
whatever
balik
they
kinig
struggle.
birthday.
Yawa.
Sulit ba?
Family
May
is
pa.
the most
Saktora,
important
saktora.
thing. Loving our children and knowing our children
Antos na sa
are
dira.
two different things. Just because we love them, it
Para
doesn't
duha
mean
to ba?
that we know them
Gaya
enough
na
for
gud.
them to trust us to tell us anything. I think as
Mama.
parents need to really learn to be in their presence, to really listen.
Kaya ni
Nowadays,
gud.
my other sons, they still like gaming, but there's no more noise, I think. So I kind of miss that as well.
Nya kon di nim connect ni mal. Sing hinching and you now.
Ay, sa balik ra ko.
Out of the timeout, Şengün guides it home, plus the foul. So the Spurs have it on the side, 14 to shoot, under 8 minutes to go. The middle opened up for Castle, he'll take it, the lob and slam! Wembanyama! Durant, 6 to shoot. Durant, tough delivery, the tip in Şengün gets the roll.
Şengün getting it going a little bit here. That's 15 second chance point for Houston, but the foul.
Knocked away, Durant lines it up. Johnson got his hands on it and created a defensive rebound for his team. Feed it, Durant turns the corner, throws it down.
Neither team is scoring easily by any means on their first shot.
Şengün drops it, puts it down. Şengün on a rack attack. Şengün,
Nako,
he draws
ano nung-
two defenders. They back
Saan
off
nung-
now one-on-one. Castle with the assignment. Şengün tries that drop step again. This time, another defender. Thompson just camps out underneath. 4 minutes to go. Wembanyama playing with the 5 fouls. Nobody there. Castle in the sky.
Just an incredible job.
108, 105. Wembanyama, tough angle. Rebounded by Castle. Kick out. For 3. 12. Warriors. Nuggets.
Mur. Oh.
Wembanyama,
Patay
hard
City na lang.
drive. Couldn't finish. The follow is good. And now they slow it down.
Back
Feed it.
to basic.
Wembanyama fades.
Ang gamay.
Hits.
Yung nakuha.
Alien alert. They lead by
Balik sa
7.
original
1 minute to go.
Animal. Hindi kawat ng animal.
Wembanyama, double, Champagny, swing, Vassell, side rim, Champagny, the offensive rebound. Poked up in the
Uy, basin
air.
lang na din nun.
Okogie
No, ano
comes
to?
away with it.
Ito may
Lead pass, nearly
buang.
intercepted. Bodies are flying. Thompson couldn't grab it.
Animal. Lahi pa dito kung i-play ko sa itong here.
And a foul is called at midcourt on Şengün. It was like a pinball bouncing off bumpers.
And physical
Animal.
game, you had 15 offensive rebounds, 33
Apis.
second chance
Tika
points.
lag,
The
baya.
team you did had 15 offensive rebounds and 33 second chance points. How do you describe just what went into this team win for you guys?
We knew it was going to be a fight right away, so it ain't 1,000 ways to do it. You got to fight. I think we did a good job on Steven Adams.
Na, ikaw yapon mala ka.
It's just relentless fight for 8 minutes.
Yeah, and you snapped their
Di naman yung
5-game
makitang
win
lab bilis,
streak.
eh.
Your first cup win and what
Sa-
they're calling the group of death here. They're calling it the group of death.
Oh, yeah?
Na-error lagi ito.
Well, it's going
Yes,
to be a fight. So what does
Tatagsit
this
mo.
win mean to you?
It's a lot.
Hey, grabe.
We come into every game with the expectation to win, so it's no different.
Congrats on the win, Victor. Back to you, Ryan.
All right.
Kato gyapon ning animal ron amo lagi. Steam tawahan na. Joy mo diri oy. Kalimo.
Still buang war magkali. Ugo kayo yata natagak na ganis kanal mo pag ugma na wa naman.
Animal ba yan nay? Wizardberry? Ngita saglain arkili.
Pudge go.
Loh, nindot lagi ni. Duto level up.
Saan na?
May pinakadaghan player.
Dota level up new game.
Oh, kana.
I-install mo. Play just like Dota's ability drop mode. Level up, evolve in... Ah, kaya good. Keep your skills, craft your OP build. Combine 3 items.
Mana mo download?
Download po ko.
And we welcome you into Denver, Colorado. 5,280 feet above sea level. The scene of tonight's Emirates NBA Cup showdown and the office of one Nikola Jokic. Yeah, he's all about his business.
Uyan.
And he's all about to lead the Nuggets in this Group C showdown tonight. And we'll begin with the Golden State Warriors. Again, no Steph Curry dealing with an illness, so it's Brandon Pajemski, Moses Moody, Jonathan Kuminga, Jimmy Butler, and Draymond Green. As for the Nuggets, Jamal Murray, Christian Brown, Cameron Johnson, Aaron Gordon, and Nikola Jokic. Draymond Green, Jokic on the center
Mana?
circle.
Kaya nyo ako. Download dito sa mo nakuha pag...
Na.
And we are underway.
And a couple of things to keep your eye on for Golden State. One, defensive rebounding because they are a little bit small, and valuing the basketball as Denver is one of the best teams in
Napil ka, Carl?
transition, converting those turnovers
Oo.
into points.
Tarol gitulo lagi.
Itar de.
Tulo.
Wala niya ako ron.
Yata mahal na presyo lagi ram kail.
Nga naman.
Ni Saka sa tungod sa AI. Still ng AI.
Wala ko ka-join.
Lah.
Ala. Unibalik mo sa lakuha.
Yata bagay ko ano. Show og si katong brother.
Kinsam na so.
Katuning ko dagan siya. Katong Basta katong kuan katong manuyupay sa una nya nag-rehab nya ni kuan nya nya naka-recover na.
Bagay tinuod.
Kuya kayo ka.
He just likes playing the Warriors.
Asa ka ni kuan ka?
You know what I'm saying? How about that find? Brown cutting to the rim. Jokic
Yakal
finding
uya ka siguro ning brother ka gamay gid lawas mo.
Excellent off the ball cutters. Ball pressure is a premium to kind of take those passes away.
Warriors throw it away. Jokic toss ahead, finds Brown again. Back-to-back assists. Jokic dumps it off to Murray, goes down, ball on the floor. Brown scoops it up. Clock winding down. Brown double clutch. Goal! Okay.
La mo na kato itoy
Time able to
go.
watch it come through the nets.
Kyle.
Hindi na pauwi ka kung lahi sa nagsuon na.
Bakit sa itong katawag pangayo ba?
Diba?
Ha?
Nahatag di pangayo eh.
Oh.
Sayang cool.
Butler off window, bucket, and the foul.
And kind of where he's
reveal lang ako.
placed that on some of the best in the game.
Jokic, first field goal for Nikola Johnson on the perimeter. Jokic now going to work, steps through.
Dali, oy! Atay. Ano, ni 18% mo na kung prank.
Gordon, bully ball, step through, easy lay. And the Warriors need another
Turbo na lang tayo. Arimer.
Sige go.
They're gonna lock in. They've been turning it over, something they've been doing all season long. Nice pass, Draymond Green to the rim for two.
Yatay.
Now let's see if you can go stay tied together, a couple defensive stops.
To Gordon.
Download pa ka PUBG, mer.
Another assist for Jokic.
Yeah.
Warriors have had a wild travel schedule to start the season. 3 back-to-backs already. This is Spencer. Turnaround jumper is good. Third best point differential in first quarters in the NBA. And he said it's a lot of it is because teams don't know how to defend Jokic. He can attack like this. Butler on the drive, puts it up, left it short. A lot of contact there. Trace Jackson Davis, no. Trace Jackson Davis, yes. Warriors have dropped 3 of the last 4. They've had guys in and out of the lineup. This is post from deep. Pure. Butler, attack mode. Dump off Jackson Davis off the window. Jackson Davis provided a spark
For the Warriors.
Warriors on a 7-0 run. Bruce Brown gives it up. Jokic for 3. Yes! Shot clock winding down. Hill to the cup, won't go.
Nada kay gigip Kyle. Buang ka nimo.
Double clutch, no. Jokic on the
Kani.
put it up and in. Post. On the
Gaan tagbato ni ron.
the runner goes.
Asa man to? Kaway Carlo.
Jokic out to Gordon for 3. Yeah, he likes playing against these guys.
It's something about the Warriors uniform.
5 seconds. Nearly stolen. Post. Got it off. He drained it. Spencer driving on Valanciunas. Kick out. Moody. Green. Corner 3. Money. Murray with the rock. Bruce Brown. Peyton Watson. And Tim Hardaway Jr. Another turnover for the Nuggets. Up ahead to Butler. Butler, the midi is good. In second quarters, including their championship year a few years ago. Post, a no-dip 3 is money. And the Nuggets need a timeout. A 10-0 Warriors run. We have a 1-point ball game. Watson gives it up to Murray. Murray, pull up three. Goal!
That's what they did starting this second quarter.
Murray, good again. Murray back-to-back threes. Up top, Valanciunas, he's lonely.
Ball off, feel it, got a chance, and can Spencer answer? Yes.
Oh, Spencer from Boulder. For that three-point make. So that was his first one from downtown this year. Short hook, that's well within his range. Two more. Valanciunas, hand off to Murray. Murray, kick out. Brown from deep, connects. Murray, out to Valanciunas again. Timeout, Golden State. 5 minutes to go in the second. Murray off one leg, in his bag. Well, an ISO with Valanciunas. Outside to Podziemski. Got by Murray. Slithers to the defense for two. Here's Kuminga. Quiet so far in this one, but he healed from deep. That's good. History books being rewritten. Kuminga, nice dump off. Will Richard with his first field goal, coming off a 30-point performance.
You got to get back when you first get back in the game.
Jimmy Butler, 5 points so far. Warriors turn it over again. 8th turnover. Murray hits. Jokic the board, starting the break. Brown, right of the chest to Podziemski. Kisses it off the window for two. And just a little thing, Jokic. Kuminga, out to Podziemski.
Sa kuyawan ni Dragon Knight. Good. Foul lagi ni.
Straight on three.
Ay, kani persona ba? Suya ni good.
Efficient when you said they valued the basketball offensively.
Yeah, good.
Outside look, Green, he likes that move, not that time though.
They like it when he wide open too.
Butler, an and one opportunity. They're surrounding Murray, forced to give it up. Jokic will take the three. Cash! Kuminga taking his time. 6-second difference shot in game clock. Outside, Podziemski. No. Tipped up and in by Will Richard. Podziemski on the drive. Tossed out to Kuminga. Now it's Green on top. Started the first quarter with the three. The second quarter with the... Green in the corner. Hits again. Draymond Green. Brown pushing it. Jump off. Good hands by Green.
Ano, lagi pa ba yung anti-miss lagi?
Butler outside to Podziemski. Penetrating. Nice feed. Butler the leg.
And that's the activity. Okay, the active hands, deflections. Now you're able to get out against some numbers and get some easy baskets, but disrupting the Denver offense with that activity is the key for Golden State.
Warriors showing some life to start this third quarter. Jokic surveyed the floor. Nobody open. I'll take the jet.
But it's that pass fake that drew Draymond back that he had to honor. And then he just put that holster up and then let it go.
Is that number 30 or 23?
Aha.
Another triple for Draymond Green, his 5th of the ball game. Murray. Pass over to Gordon. Open in the corner. It rolls in. Murray. Over to Jokic. Puts it up. And he got the bounce. Won't go. offensive board. Kuminga could have taken the shot back to the basket. Now he will fire and hit. Just took him some time. Green. That time lob into Kuminga for the easy deuce. Leaves it for Johnson. Johnson back to Jokic. Pump fake. Money. Gordon behind the back. Another crossover down the lane. And a poster. AG. Filthy. Kuminga. Pull up jumper is good. For the thunderous dunk. Hardaway with the left.
And now you just have to turn and shoot. I mean, that's just doing your work early in that offensive set. Speaking of which, that's how Butler able to get this inside position.
He challenges himself. He did point out that Jokic made an effort to be more vocal as a leader as Murray with the ball fake. Oh, nifty lay-in. Jay, well off the mark. Pass ahead. Bruce Brown ahead of the pack. Largest lead of the night for the Nuggets.
Recent history when he started getting some matches back.
And the Nuggets looking for their first win in Group C play after a loss last week to the Blazers. Spencer with a nice feed. Host the beneficiary.
Yeah, nice patience that time. I've been watching Jimmy Butler run, and I know he's coming off that back injury. That may be a little simple. He's not as aggressive defensively, and when he's running, but not really to get to where they're opening, where he may have to explode and get some contact.
Murray, too good. Murray getting downhill, nearly lost it, tosses it up to Jokic. Jokic turning it inside. Two more for number 15. This is post.
Yeah, thought about it a little bit right there. Shoot us inside.
Moody on the move, on one leg, got his first field.
Go yo.
Bukan lang.
For three, won't go. Rebound bounces over to Butler, who finds post inside for two. Watson, no, tipped up and in by Valanciunas. 12 points off the bench for Valanciunas. That's a bad pass. 2-on-1. Murray behind the back. Watson kisses it off the glass. Corner three won't drop for Spencer. Post the offensive board. Puts it up and got the bounce. Watson. He will take the three. And connects.
The same thing is taking place with Luka. Not only do you have to take the weight off, you have to keep it off. That's the important part of it. Reserve positions, which help it. Okay, with Bajinski, Kuminga, Trace Jackson. I mean, as wide open as anything. But the high quality shots, I think, is the key.
Yes.
But he'll be able to knock it in. But I think this had the same effect mid-season.
Off the turnover, Richard driving and put a little English on it for two, plus the foul.
I mean, oh man, you see him coming, you're like, man, it's gonna be a long day, bro.
We'll call it a pass to Valanciunas. I don't know if the 115-92, 5 minutes to go in regulation. Nuggets 4-0 on their home floor. 360 turnaround, Jay, for Spencer. Jalen Pickett, Zeke Naji, Julian Strawther, Spencer Jones. This is Naji straight on.
You got to be able, especially against the Denver, sneak some of these wins that come back to help you as you advance
minutes.
into playoff territory.
Oh, Davis. Up ahead.
Shoot
Tyson. Crowd is.
He didn't get the memo.
He didn't get the memo.
Pay attention to the scout report, young man.
No, you don't get the end. 129, 104 our final. And Jim, that's just a dominant performance by the Nuggets. Start to finish.
You guys get your first Cup win. You're now 1-1 in Cup action. You told me pregame each game is a new opportunity. What you love about your squad's approach to this one?
I just love the energy we brought no matter who they're playing. You know, sometimes we can get kind of lax and the other team can surprise you. So I'm just glad we play the same way throughout the whole game with the same intensity.
For you, your great start to the season continues, 23-8, 16 of those coming in the second quarter alone. What were you able to find, Jamal, there in that second quarter that really opened this thing up?
The shooters.
When you find that rhythm, what does it do, not just for yourself, but also this team that you can feel?
I think it just opens things up for everybody. You know, we got the best player in the world. He demands a lot of attention, so if I have it going, it just opens things up even more for everybody. And you saw tonight, I think everybody had a good night. It was a fun game, and most importantly, we got the win.
I got to ask, I know it's nothing new for you guys, but when Aaron Gordon goes a little vintage AG as he did there in the third, how would you rate that throwdown?
It was good. It was good.
Just good?
I mean, my bad. No, it was really nice. The crossover and everything. So that's what he does.
Jamal, I appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye.
Gibahan.
Yawa ka. Hamo kay ka tagulkol kay mong kuan. Tanaw sa tang siya makaon rin.
Anong say dool.
Gimmick at a critical jump. Goals come. Thank you, Fallen. Thank you very much. Boosted. Oh, and he's in the right place again. Oh.
Every step that I take is another mistake to you.
The battle begins.
Ano to? Lagi gaguswok diri.
Booker.
Huh? Di magad.
Something mag-guswok day.
Abi na ko guswok.
Doon iungot. Siya yung ungot pa. Kabate, converge.
Allah.
Kamo ni, bakit tan? Suko dyan siya.
Ala.
He's still gonna charge on it. Kan ipads ko sunod.
Kung sa isa mo may gamita.
New meta.
You're doing very well. I'm very proud of you.
Are you okay?
Booker.
Sukam daga na.
TP boot kan?
Oh.
Never mind.
Thanatos. Uy, ito non-store.
Regar. Uy. Uy, Carlo. Pisur ka, pisur.
Tay hook.
You were doing very well. I'm very proud of you.
Your top tower is under attack.
Her has fallen.
Wala. Bulok.
Gonna tell you.
You were doing very well. I'm very proud of you.
Nothing beats a Dota 2 holiday. And right now you can get up to 50 gold off the loot.
The middle tower is under attack. The middle tower is falling.
You were doing very well. I'm very proud of you.
Pisuri ko ni Carlin Bukal.
Ang gato na ako nun.
Pisur kausa.
Agay! Patay snipes. Patay tagil po bang.
Nikes. Patay Nikes go.
Oh.
Unlucky.
That's line.
Tara, one na no? Pati yun na lang one na. Gana sa batas-batas.
Your bottom tower is under attack. Your bottom tower is falling. Your bottom tower is under attack. Your bottom tower is under attack. Your
You were doing very well. I'm very proud of you.
Ugh.
Okay, Dre. Lock ko. Patay ko.
You're doing very well.
Hindi na.
I'm very
Patay to
proud
ko.
of you.
Oh, Kyoto no to. Good. Oh, good to game.
Papas ka lagi.
Your top tower is under attack. Your top tower is falling. Your top tower is under attack. Your top tower is under attack.
Tagihan ko sa mga buang eh.
Kaniot. Kumo ka ning animal.
You were doing very well. I'm very proud of you. You're a beautiful person with a charming personality.
Silent Manditsu. Awal lang kain bo, maka-item lang ko, bukbukan ako.
Atay. Sanimala ng Mars eh.
doing very well. I'm very proud of you.
Patay tanong taas. Panuway ng Mars na yaw. Papaak mo gusto.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Pinigid Pasko.
Happy to go. Uy, nakain budri! Awa kayo! Ah, patay na sad!
You were doing very well. I'm very proud of you.
Paling kamot mo, di ko makapatambok. Tambok eh, bukbok mo tananawa mo.
Wala ka nakita.
Mabitaw.
Pero isang strike siya.
Hindi ko muli.
You were doing very well. I'm very proud of you.
So, may mabuhat na to ni Carl.
Wala.
You were doing very well. I'm very proud of you.
Uy.
Yay.
You were doing very well. I'm very proud of you. You're doing very well. I'm very proud of you.
Ah! Kotoy Johnny.
Hindi na ako yung lakaw ko.
Yeah.
Igo. Tubig ko sakto kayo.
Tanaw.
South Mavericks coming in 2-6 overall with D'Angelo Russell, Max Christie shooting well from three, Cooper Flagg, PJ Washington, and Daniel Gafford for head coach Jason Kidd. Mavericks coming off a loss to New Orleans. For the Grizzlies, 3-6 on the season. Morant, Wells, Caldwell Pope, Jaren Jackson Jr., Jock Landale for head coach Tomas Isilo. Now a Robin Hood sideline report from Rob Fisher. Well, guys, we have three officials, and they showed up on time. They have been assigned by the NBA. Sean Wright, 21st NBA season, 104 playoff games, 3 finals games. Kevin Cutler, 16th NBA season, 14 playoff games. Evan Scott, his 7th NBA season. Kevin Cutler will toss it between Gafford and Jackson. These teams last met in this building in the play-in game, which the Grizzlies, of course, won to advance to the playoffs. Dallas ended up in the lottery, and they got Cooper Flagg to D'Angelo Russell.
Lakaw sa ugoy.
Yeah.
Balik ra ko niya.
Okay.
Ki.
Dallas last in the
So good.
Kind of spoke to a kind of many points in regards to how Tundra likes to play it. Win your lane, keep breaking the map, keep looking for the kills, and they still go for the bait, right? Again, I mentioned there were some counters, but that's like the team fight counters. The laning phase is always critical, and when you look at Hoodwink Bane, you look at Tusk Snapfire, they are really potent laners across the board. So I'm really excited to see who can actually find the edge in the laning phase.
Yeah, I think this two picks for Mouse is going to be a bit difficult, right? You need to find two cores, and your Tidehunter that you picked yesterday is banned out already. Mars is still in the pool, yes, that is true. Snap Mars is pretty good.
That's a simple pick. If you want to go a little bit more creative, but yeah, level 1 is Mars, and then after that it's
it is. But then you are running the Mars Tusk lane, which is you're right. There's a Mars, so the Mars Tusk lane, I think it is a little bit abusable if Thunder were to pick up some kind of counter matchup into that.
That animation, by the way, sorry, that hits different in the arena. Just the Mars just kicking off the zoo. It looks so good. Sorry, back to your point, I got distracted.
Yeah, I just think maybe Mars lanes are a little bit too obvious right now, perhaps. I'm not sure they are willing to flex the Mars as much as some other teams will, but you know, that could be an issue with this pick. Now that usually you have picked Crystallis heroes here in previous games. They picked Troll yesterday in this spot, so that's also an option for them.
Yeah, it's like you pick the flex carry to mid hero like a Monkey King if you want your draft to stay alive, but then Tundra can counter it in 2 lanes, so I'm not really a fan of that. Or you just lock in like a Troll, any hero Crystallis wants to play, because I think the draft structure right now, it's you're opening up for mid one to see everything and get the big mid lane where we keep praising them and how they draft, how they activate him.
I think I
want to see Crystallis' hero here.
I would like Gyrocopter more than Troll this game. I think yesterday they had the Pugna, you know, and to put on more pressure, I think the Gyrocopter fits a little bit better here.
Yeah.
If they are going for that type of a range carry route.
I like it as well for the fact that it also covers you from like the potential zoo, like the random nuisance stuff that you can bring. And okay, they go for the Juggernaut. I always seem to like, I never want to talk about.
Yeah, I'm not too impressed by this pick either. I think it's okay. It's definitely one of those heroes that has been picked in this tournament just because you don't see much from the enemy. You don't see the offlane. You pick Juggernaut, you're gonna do decent in lane. You're gonna get your farm, but you're also not, you know, the most impressive hero.
But I think the main thing though with Jug is a hero that doesn't really need help once you have a good first 5 minutes, right? Like once you break into like playing for the 6-minute rune, playing for the 7-minute wisdom, like Jug can just chill, play by himself, he's hard to gank.
Yeah.
That alone opens up for you to make other moves, to go, if mid one's making a call, you go follow him. If Boom has a team fight spell, hits level 6, you go to him. Like it's not
safe.
forcing.
It's a safe pick. Yeah.
And this is where the Gyrocopter felt nicer, I feel like, for Mouse, because it protected you from the Beastmaster. You have the flak, the ability to defend your tower against this, but because they go for the Jug, it opens up for 33 to get his specialty hero. You also have like constant flexing still happening, whereas like Beast can still go mid, D can go carry. With that aside, Tundra's has a good anti-Jug lineup now.
Yeah, I think the Beast pick, it looks very strong here. Pretty much good against everything you see. I mean, Mouse should be aware that this was a possibility. But I mean, Beastmaster offlane has fallen off quite a bit, so it's not as strong as it used to be, and that's maybe one of the reasons why you don't mind putting yourself in this situation.
I think for Mouse is they need to make sure that if they are winning the lanes, they have to really try and break the map. Because there is this timing where, like, a BKB, most of their fight just falls apart. Right? You're playing on Mars Snapfire for pretty much the entire game so far. There isn't that extra element of this is how we team fight. So once Tundra, okay, we concede a little bit of map, Beast gets BKB, DK gets BKB, I am worried for the team fight from Mouse, unless this next pick can solve
But that's actually where I think just because it is Mouse and how they structure their drafts and play so well around the mid one hero, I think maybe this way of drafting for Mouse is not that bad, right? You have the Mars who can chill in the off lane, Juggernaut who can chill in the safe lane, and then you have this very important pick, last pick for mid one, that's gonna create a lot of chaos and a lot of problems for Tundra, and a hero that the supports can play around. And I think we're looking at a hero that can deal a lot of magic damage. You know, Venomancer, Leshrac being banned out here as well for Tundra. I think that's a very good ban. Something like Queen of Pain could also be an option, or even, I don't know, some cheesy mid one hero.
And by the way, Mouse did ban the Kez. They didn't miss a ban. Just in case you were wondering.
Yeah.
I panicked for a second. I was like, did we miss them missing a ban? They didn't miss a ban. That's just Kez. He used his ultimate, so you can't see him. But it's fine. But for Tundra, we pretty much need a carry, because I'd like to see DK mid, Beastmaster off lane. A carry that can just soak up some of these spells. Like if you can soak the arena, you know, okay, they're doing a bad. I should have just got to the point, but either way, just a hero that can frontline. Now you have a lot of purpose for everyone else. Okay, now this is the raw, this is the grip. You're not panicking.
Could we also not just see an Invoker for BCM here? It looks like a very good Invoker. There's so many setups for the Sunstrike. You get the DK on the carry. I mean, of course, then you give Mouse the absolute last pick to counter it, but I think this is a game where I could see BCM pulling out the last pick Invoker here. Because, like, Mouse is just banning the carries right now, but it might as well be DK on the carry roll.
I actually like out, potentially. There you go, lifesteal. Okay. I was thinking, like, just the hero that can, like, push the wave, not really care too much about the aggression, and then you just overwhelm with this 20-minute timing. But instead, Tundra, they go for the lifesteal, right? They're going for this idea that, Jug's hard to kill in safe lane, you go for lifesteal as well. You don't really care about Mars in the arena. You can sometimes die to Lil Shredder and a little bit of spookiness there, but as soon as you get higher levels, you're free.
I think it's partly also to shut down this Mars, right? We talked about, this Tusk Mars lane being kind of weak, has certain weaknesses, and I think Lifestealer is one of those heroes, like, when he hits level 3-4, Mars cannot step up anymore. He keeps getting hit by the Lifestealer, and Mars can't get much out of the lane. So I think this is part of the reason why they chose to go this direction rather than putting the DK on the carry.
And then, Mouse, they go for it.
Shadow? Big one, Shadow Fiend. That's cool. So it is one of those heroes the supports can play around. A lot of magic damage. Very good matchup against the DK as well.
And they like the Shadow Fiend.
Yeah, I like it too. I think it's the type of hero that they needed. And it's flashy, right? And it's experimental a little bit. It's aggressive.
Yeah, I think that is the main thing. Like, you want to try and win your lane and then just play with everyone else. I think critically for Mouse, it's how quickly can they free up their support to go and kill off the Lifestealer or the Beastmaster. I think if you try and play both lanes and you're trying to go even, Tundra will eventually just be happy. They'll get to their BKBs and they scale. Like, you pick a Shadow Fiend, we already mentioned how BKB feels like it breaks Mouse quite quickly. You also put a Shadow Fiend in the mix, then again, you're kind of locked into the same logic.
I think if Mouse manages to shut down the mid lane with the Shadow Fiend and then move to the Beastmaster's lane as well, and shutting down these two lanes simultaneously the first like 15 minutes, it's not going to be that easy and obvious how Tundra's going to respond. They have a safe lane Naix and they have this Bane Hoodwink support. I don't see them really fighting into the SF and Tusk. So I kind of like the Mouse early game, but Tundra has very good heroes as well. It's a very good lifestealer game if it progresses.
Every time you look at a Tundra lineup, it feels like as long as they can hold an even footing in the game, there is this eventual team fight excellence that they're going to be showing. But all on Mouse, they haven't really been the strongest laning team. Again, other than that one game with the Venomancer, but this time around, they have to make sure their lanes go well. They need their supports to step up and be able to fight into Ari and Whitemon. Their positioning on Tundra is very, very strong, but Celery, Yamich, they're having a very, very good tournament. And Tusk, Snapfire, you cannot argue with this combination. You put them in one lane, heroes will die. So yeah, Mouse, they're in the early game, it needs to go well. They cannot mess up with the arenas. They cannot allow for mid one to, blunder a Requiem or two. Like, it needs to be flawless.
I think the skill cap for Mouse's draft is very high, the ceiling, and I think they do have to execute the early rotations. But if they do, I could see Tundra being in a little bit of trouble early game.
But that's the fun thing as well. Like Tundra's lineup, we talk about scaling. It also then comes back on itself where, let's say we get a 60-minute game in the arena, right? You get double arenas, double requiems, the hexes that naturally these items, like heroes buy. Like there's so many ups and downs that it feels like for these drafts to have justice, it needs to be minimum 50 minutes, I'd say, for the true showing of both of these drafts.
Yeah, I would love to see this game go late. This is by no means favored in any direction. It really does come down to execution at that point. I mean, if we were to say some good things about Tundra's drafts as well, I think they have an insane pick-off around the map, right? You have the Bane setup, you have the DK Blink setup, you have the Hoodwink follow-up with the damage, and you know, even have a Roar as well. You have the potential Infest bombs and things like that. I think there's a lot of good stuff going for Tundra. You have saves with the Lifestealer, you have saves with the Bane, you know, so I think playing around the map, if the game is even, is also going to be tricky for Mouse, right? Because you have to be worried about where is the Hoodwink, where's the Bane.
I mean, comboing a hero is quite annoying, right? As soon as the game progresses a bit, you have the Lifestealer with the Rage that you mentioned, and naturally, like, what was it? Radiance, BKB, potential Lifestealer. Again, less about items, that's for the game. I'm very excited to see this game, and of course, our beautiful casters, SVG and Cap, will take you away for this first game.
That's right, our panel, they said they wanted to see a long game. I want to see a long game. You want to see a long game?
Every time. Give it to me. Go the 60 minutes, go the 70 minutes. That's what Sea Dota is known for, Austin. So.
That's right. Singapore, do you guys want to see a long game? All right, well, we'll see whether or not Mouse and Tundra give us that exact game that we do want to see in this matchup. Tundra looking at being 4-time finalists at Blast Slam. They took the first one, got second there, won the second one, won the third one, looking at a fourth, while Mouse, a team that has been grinding out, getting stronger every step of the way, and ready to challenge the big dogs. It's time for game one. Going into this matchup, Mouse, they're probably looked at as underdogs, but in a way, they have an advantage over both Tundra and Falcons in the fact that they are a team that came into this, a roster that was probably a little bit underlooked. They had to go through some qualifiers, and as a result, they have been grinding harder than the rest of these teams. They have played more matches on this patch than any of the others post-TI, and they have come into Singapore in fine form.
Reps matter. This team has a lot of practice, a lot of synergy that got built up in that short duration, and they're just feeling it right now. We saw some of the plays they were making yesterday. Those were not the high-tempo run-over games Mouse is used to winning. They had some significant comebacks against Spirit. Maybe they will have to go back into that bag here against Tundra, another team that's very difficult to just run over in the first 20 or 30 minutes, right? You have the tempo master that is 33. He's going to play summon zeros. He's going to push towers. It's very hard to get favorable early game trades against this guy in particular, let alone against Tundra as a whole, especially with their support duo that's so mechanically gifted on the lanes. I think this is a series Mouse are going to have to go late, go the 30, 40, 50, win those Roshan fights, and not fall too far behind on scale. I like the fact that they got the Yamich Tusky again. This is a hero that can absolutely deliver in those clutch moments. All eyes on him to continue making big plays with his insane win rate on this hero.
Oh yeah, he kicked some ass yesterday, that's for sure. Going into this one, see if Mouse will walk away with the bounty rune advantage. Did manage to get the two there, and I think they've got a third waiting for him. No, actually, Dragon Knight will get the other one here.
Even split. I think it's a really... Every ranged mid pairs super well with Tusky, and you're always worried about that gank potential. This is another lane where you could just land triple raise off an Ice Shard. DK's gonna die. That threat is always open, and Mouse are not afraid to leave Boom alone in that off lane. So I think that threat exists for Mouse in this early game. And flip side, I think Tundra's draft got a lot of their comfort picks. The Beast for 33, the Bane, they were one of the best Bane teams in that group stage. They got the Dragon Knights that's been on the rise. Pure is very comfortable on this Lifestealer, and of course Ahri's Hoodwink is a signature hero. I think they're very comfortable across the board, but I do think it has two weaknesses. One, there is no AoE in this line. It is 5 single target heroes. Yeah, sometimes that can cause you issues in the team fights, particularly around those objectives, especially if you're playing for the Beastmaster timings. The other weakness, triple melee core.
Yes.
That is a bold move. Triple melee core into heroes like Tusk, into the Mars with the Arena, into a Shadow Fiend that can get double Requiem later on. you are going to clump in this game when you go onto one target with these 3 single target melee cores. Can Mouse exploit that with their AoE, with their turnaround potential?
Yeah, but it's 33. We watched Falcons win a TI. You so that surprised that they drafted 3 strength cores after Falcons wins TI?
Maybe not. Maybe he says, you know, okay, one double TI winner to another. I'll steal some of the plays out of your book. Running back against some of these teams, maybe they can beat in this tournament. That would be interesting.
Yeah, it would be interesting. Do you think, by the way, that Tundra saw this Shadow Fiend coming? Because as you said, they were banning away all the high damaged, ranged mid laners that would pair well with Tusk. So you think they knew the SF was coming their way?
I don't think they had this hero on their radar at all. This is a hero that not a lot of players are going to bust out in this situation. It's not the most straightforward SF game. He has the good lane matchup. You're going to try and abuse this, get him off to a good start. He will scale pretty well, but there is BKB piercing lockdown in this game between the Bane and the Beastmaster. These are traditionally pretty good heroes against the SF. The Lifestealer matchup is not that bad for Lifestealer either, so I don't look at this game as some overwhelmingly great Shadow Fiend game, but he's going to have a good lane matchup. It's mid 1. You kind of just give him what he wants to play and what he's feeling right, and he can definitely do some work with some, you know, late game refresher, late game hex. Just go in, deal the AoE damage, abuse the fact Tundra have to clump around these single target jumps. That's just how their lineup is built.
Yeah, and it's one of the, maybe a little bit off meta, but it is one of Mid1's absolute best heroes. 70% win rate when playing the SF. After all, Mid1's an old school mid laner, and he's got an old school hero for this match.
That's true. He's got some legacy on the line, right?
It's true. Man who said he thought he was just washed. He thought he didn't have it anymore. Stood in for a tournament and said, wait a minute, I can still hang with the rest of these guys. And he's proven it with a Rampage here in Singapore already.
Haven't seen that face in a while.
I have a feeling we're going to see it spammed a lot throughout this series.
Maybe the break did him some good, right? Maybe he got to reset a little bit, change some of his viewpoints, some of his perspective on the game. I think it's not a coincidence that some of these old school players, you have a couple of years where you're kind of down and out, you come back, you revitalize your play style, you have a new perspective, a new team, and you get a second win.
Do you think they actually get that much of a change in perspective? For me, I always just figured it was motivation. You know, they
get humbled.
They lose their position is in a tier 1 team. They start tumbling down the line, playing on tier 2 teams, you know, and then maybe they stop playing entirely. And then they go, wait a minute, man, I had it so good. It's such a good spot to be playing Dota on a tier 1 team and winning tournaments.
Do not take it for granted, because that can disappear very quickly and you might never get it back.
Yeah. Mid1 has a rare chance to be able to pull that back. Not many players have managed to go through a drought like that, though one of them recently won a TI, who of course Snaking notoriously had his time very early on in his career in that like 2012 to 2014 area, and then had quite the drought in the middle, and then still managed to claw his way back up to a tier 1 team and a TI win.
Drought in the middle, he was playing with me. That couldn't have been too big.
Yeah, I said drought. I meant what I said.
Okay.
It was real dry out there, you know?
Maybe I think the real player you look at is No One, right? I think No One had a very similar career arc to Mid1 in a lot of respects.
Yeah.
Strong early prime, that was on some of those top teams, one of the basically the best mid laner in the world at some point, and then fell off for 4 or 5 years. Where'd this guy go?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he's back to his best TI placement ever last year. So maybe Mid1 took some inspiration for that. He's like, hey, if this old dog can still do it, throw my hat back.
Why are the old mid laners coming back and finding success? Is there something about this meta that allows you to do so?
I think it's just pure spite. All the players run off revenge, spite. They look at all these new young 20-year-old mids. They're like, you're not that good. Stop thinking you are. I'm going to come in, I'm going to slap you around. True Gods still have it.
Yeah, and some of them have managed to prove that. As far as this matchup goes, feels like we do have a lot of comfort heroes. I mean, I was talking about how Tundra had, 3 strength heroes and a little bit of shadow of Falcons to them, but 33 is still rocking an offlaner that can both win lane, but more importantly, do some stacking. And he's got a 4 position that can do that stacking for him, or he's also going to be playing one of those elusive 4 positions that can cut waves every once in a while, do some shenanigans. Not quite like Bounty Hunter, like we've seen sometimes. He likes to do some crazy stuff, but
definitely has a bit of a smaller hero pool, I think, compared to a lot of other 4s, which is something you have to play around. But if you're going to pair him with a player who doesn't mind that, it's probably 33. Sure. This is a team that's used to kind of just taking the offlaner and the 4 early on in the draft, and he doesn't care about the lane matchup. Their mechanics are so good, they're going to get through anything anyway. So it almost doesn't matter, and he's almost going to play heroes that are good for your overall strategy and game and your tempo rather than the counter matchups. So you pair him with someone like Ahri, and that smaller hero pool isn't really a big factor for this team. They just get their comfort picks, they're going to roll you over the map, they're going to try and out-tempo you, they're going to control the Roshans, the tower pushes. You just fall behind against the squad, you're getting picked off across the map. That's the big risk in this series as a whole. If you let Tundra gain space, if you let them take your early tier 1s and play this sort of pickoff game, which is where those heroes like the Hoodwink, the Bounty Hunter, the Bane, the Lion, they all thrive. You might never get to group up in this game if you're Mouse, and that is their biggest strength as a team, is when they 5-man, when they get those later team fights going. They're super formidable. They're very clutch in those moments. If you're behind 20k gold, or you can never group up because Bounty Hunter are scouting you, because Hoodwink's picking you off, none of that skill set matters in this series.
Sure. So we'll see if they do manage to get that kind of momentum going. I mean, they have all the team fight for it. They've got some great Wombo combo. You get the arena in with the SF ultimate, get that fear out to push them into the walls. Even certain things like the arena walls itself helping to protect the healing ward, which has been a big reason why the Juggernaut has been such a good hero the last little bit of the meta.
It's an interesting hero that not a lot of other teams are using, that they take advantage of, and I think a lot of people view it as kind of the old school Jug where you're picking him as a harder carry, he's going to farm, he's going to scale. But I think Al's used this hero a lot differently, and even if you're in a game like this where you're playing against some big counter picks, you know, people look at this game and go, I don't want to play Jug into Beast, I don't want to play it into Bane. It's not that great of matchups against the other two cores, and kind of just getting fought on even ground. They don't care, right? They're just going to pick it for Crystallis, let him do his thing, be independent on lane, and then be really strong when the group up happens later. And he's a good objective taker. So they're using him for kind of the team strengths rather than the individual hero, which I think is really cool to see, and something I think some of these heroes get underrated a little bit. Yeah, because people just continue to look at them in a vacuum. And, you know, is Jug the strongest carry hero in the meta? Where does he rank on my tier list? I got to go watch all the big streamers to figure out where he is. It's not always the value a hero can bring to your drafts in your lineup. So,
hey, got to watch those Yutaro replays.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Not too many replays, though, in the playoffs of last slam.
Not anymore. Like, really threw him under the bus now.
Mal's managed to get that upset over Team Spirit and have got a lot of momentum going in.
Crowd loves these technical pauses, you know.
Singapore, how you guys doing right now? Shout out to you guys for coming out. Watch some Dota. I love hanging out with you guys in the Dota community, man. I appreciate every single chance that I get to go to a LAN and experience Dota fans in the flesh rather than just online, where we're all toxic assholes.
Some of us, not all of us. You know, some of us are.
Some of us more than others.
The comp score and never get a chance to be toxic.
That's true. I wonder how Amar's doing with his communication score. Maybe we'll see if he does any all chatting in the second series of the day.
It's true. It's been some time, you know. He's got to level up his all chat now that he's a TI win.
Yeah. We've heard the panel talk a lot about who are the crowd favorites. Who in here is a Mouse fan? How many of you guys are supporting Mouse for mid one specifically? Yeah. And who's back in Tundra? All right, it's pretty even. Not too bad.
Yeah, you got Whitemon there, right? That is another C.
I hear the Whitemon chants coming out already. I mean, who doesn't love Whitemon?
That's true. That is true. This guy's just too lovable, man.
He probably shouldn't be a Dota player.
It's too good for us.
You know what? Like, we just have a lot of toxicity constantly throughout the community. But every once in a while, we have those like random players that stand out. The Whitemons, the GHs, you know, just good, wholesome dudes. Ake, way back in the day. There's an old name that was very just a wholesome dude.
Was he PMA?
Yeah.
I never knew.
I mean, he never played pubs, so you remember he was a 4K player winning TI, you know, something like that.
Can't be toxic if you never queue. Next level strat.
That is true.
Someone should have told Quinn that.
S4 was actually pretty chill too. Ran into him a few times at a pub.
you ran into him.
Is that so hard to believe, Avery?
Yeah, that's really hard to believe that you ran into S4 in his prime during that day of the matchmaking system.
Yeah, I really caught him on a low.
Yeah, that doesn't sound accurate. I'm gonna fact check that one later.
You could check it. He was playing mid Bat Rider, I remember.
That could be such a generic answer. I mean, you know, he could be playing mid Brewmaster, Night Stalker. He was playing all those heroes back
Okay, I'll give you more details. We lost.
That makes sense.
He was exceptionally PMA despite us losing.
Sure he wasn't passive aggressive?
And I fed. I remember because I disappointed S4.
Well,
all right, let's get game one underway. We are finally back. Technical issues are done for. We could just watch some Dota.
That's what we're all here for. We got the old school Lifestealer Juggernaut matchup too. Who wins this match?
Why were you rubbing your hands there about a Lifestealer Juggernaut matchup? Who's excited for that matchup?
It's been some time since both these heroes were in the meta. I'm not even sure they're in the meta right now, but I always like watching this matchup.
Why?
There's just something about it, you know. They're not the same hero, but they have some of the same things going on. It just feels like, you know, some team picks one and the other team's like, no, I'm going to pick the same thing. And they just jam it back. And then at some point, you just have them fight each other in the middle of the fight. It's a true, you know, one-to-one, man-to-man battle. No tricks, no spells. Just sit there, right-click each other, see who wins.
I do, honest, Joker. I don't think that's what's going to happen in these matchups at all, but mid one continuing to secure a larger and larger CS lead over BZM, though he is not pushing him out of lane entirely like we saw he was trying to do very early on. He was forsaking some CS just to keep the pressure on BZM, but between the natural region of the Dragonite plus some Tankos, he's okay. Nice cookie. Puts him right on top of Ari here. Knows that he's dead. Is just trying to help Chrysalis get the kill onto Ari. It's not going to work. And now Chrysalis is spun out way too far. It's going to be a double setup. 33, double kill to start the series.
That is not the man, and that is not the hero you want to give this amount of early game gold to. Super well played by Tundra, but can't help but feeling as if Mal's got baited in there.
Oh,
that was just not even close. You cannot underestimate the Beastmaster against the Jug in this matchup, both in the lane and the game. The boars, there's no way to really clear the boars easily on this lane without committing big spells, and then the turnaround is just way too easy. So if you're Mouse, you got to look towards this guy right here, Yamich, to make some plays in this early, because the bottom lane is not going well for you. The mid lane, yeah, the SF's winning, but not by a huge margin. You're going to have to extract some sort of advantage somewhere around this map, and that's going to have to come from the Tusk rotation. Either rotate the Tusk bottom, look for the tri-lane against the Beast, or you put that Tusk into mid and look for the extra kills on the Dragon Knight. One of those two things probably has to happen here in the next few minutes.
Yeah, no matter how well mid one does in the mid lane, it's not like he's on a hero that can really rotate to help side lanes too much.
No, he is not the Furion that we saw get that rampage earlier.
Oh! Whitemon pops with the brain sap, got the kill on a boom.
That's even more trouble for Mouse, because if the Mars was able to stand up your high resources, that Tusk rotation's easier. If you're struggling on this lane, that means Yamich has to remain up here a little bit longer. He might not want to leave Boom alone, and then those rotations can't come through. There's a lot of pressure being put on Mouse in this early game. We saw this yesterday. The laning phase was not that clean against Spirit. Yeah. They eked out that series, but that was a big weakness, and Tundra is not a team you want to fall behind against in the first 5 to 10 minutes here.
Now, one thing they did do in order to claw it back is they brought both supports to the mid lane, who is having a good time, right? So they could do that here. Yeah. Instead of trying to bail out the side lanes, they could just keep the pressure on mid and see if Tundra will respond, but
look at this push.
Yeah, 33 is already looking at a tower with the first siege wagon of the game.
He got such a fast helm off that double kill, instantly into the Dark Troll Summoner. Probably the fastest pushing creep you can get at this point in the game.
Nice block in. BZM needs some help. It's going to be a teleport in from Whitemon to try and save him here, but he's so slowed. There's the Nightmare to push back the SF. And Yamich, he can't really do it alone, so.
It's a big save. Get this DK out of that kill thread. That would have pushed mid one almost to level 7. You have the catapult mid. Might just die here. One more tower shot.
He keeps it alive, so this will be a lot more damage. Help to offset what's happening in the bottom lane. That's what
every little bit counts. It'll also get the Arcane Rune top, because I agree, whatever's happening bottom, almost unpreventable here for Mouse. They're gonna bring the SF here.
Yeah, see what they do with the cookie. It's gonna land, but an immediate Nightmare from Whitemon. A second time he has disrupted Mid1 in his positioning. Nice pullback there of the Bushwhack. Mid1 still going to go for it and does secure it. The Raze gets the kill, and now a slowdown on Whitemon. A second one. Perhaps with Mid1, if he could land a couple more races, the cookie, it goes out. That's good enough.
Not a bad collection for Mouse. I thought that was going to go way worse with Whitemon having a really good position on the map. You do get the tower if you're 33, and you don't go down to the beast, so he continues to accelerate his net worth in this game. He is jacked. But that's at least something for Mid1 with this Arcane Rune. It means he'll have that teleport up pretty fast. He'll be able to recoup his resources here. Doesn't lose too much on the map. Nice little rotation.
In some regards, though, losing towers is inevitable for Mouse, right? They're up against a Dragonite and a Beastmaster. Almost like even if you won the laning phase, you're probably still going to be bleeding out towers around the map.
For sure. You just don't want to make it too easy. You don't want to give them bonuses on top of it. If you're getting trades in exchange, I think it's fine. You do not want to let them run away with team fights off of tower taking. Then this game becomes really difficult because you are playing a little bit of a sacrificial offlaner here.
Yeah. Ooh, that's deep. Not the snowball you wanted. Yamage is going to be pulled way out of position by that one. And Mid1 says, okay, you do what you can. Maybe he gets it with the ice shards. He will actually be able to walk away, thanks in part to the poison. It took away the nightmare.
Also dodged the freeze fire. That was pretty awkward.
Yeah, it was.
But a beautiful shards bails him out of a sticky situation. The rune does get taken from Celery, so not an invis rune for Mid1. Could be a nice one on the Shadow Beast.
And here comes the Beastmaster. From behind, has the roar. Does he want to pop it for a Snapfire kill? He will. Yamage is going to try and do a snowball save here. Between the tier 1 and tier 2. Now both supports are a bit low, but is it possible that Mouse can fight behind their tier 2? Surely something can happen here. Requiem goes out, but it really doesn't do that much damage to Desperate TK away from Mid1. He gets away. But the tower, there's no retreat for these buildings and no rotation from either Crystallis or Boom.
Not enough resources for the Mars who wanted to go there, and maybe the fight just didn't look that great. 5 heroes flanking the tower. You're already trying to bail everybody out. See this nice shot from you. The Tusk Master himself.
Yeah, unfortunately, all the cool little technical plays in the world isn't going to stop what Tundra have accumulated off this laning phase. A 2,000 net worth lead, 2 towers down, and they are going to have a lot of map control to work with here, that's for sure.
A lot of it is on the Beastmaster, which, you know, it's great for Tundra, something that Mouse can exploit if they're willing to just commit a lot of ults into 33 every chance they get. Bring numbers, just, you know, Arena, Snapfire, ult him down. Just play that game, save Requiem for him, kind of match his movement, because the DK did get shut down, and you do have support ultimates available now, so your team fight's online. That's the big thing for Mouse. You just want to make sure these ults can connect in the early mid game. You get value out of them. Create space for this Juggernaut. That's the biggest thing right now. This is some slow jungle action.
It is very slow, and Pure is having a much faster game. Better game he has in his laning phase, the better it's going to be for his Radiance timing, and then that'll just snowball things pretty nasty.
And this is how Tundra like to play. They want to take early towers and then split you across the map, out-efficiency you, take camps away from you, and just farm up all 3 of their cores while the supports look for the pickoff. There's a lot of pressure on this Jug in terms of what he's able to take off the map, whereas the Lifestealer's just sitting top. DK's taking camps away from you, and 33 is starting to invade what little camps you have, as well as put more tower pressure on this bottom tier 2, gets an early glyph out of it. There has to be a response from Mouse, and it has to be based around their big team fight ultimates. They're making the smoke play, looking for some sort of core connection.
Very awkward. It's going to break on the low ground. BZM's going to make a run for it here. They still got him inside the arena, though. And with the kisses, they certainly have the damage to finish off this Dragonite. They're going to look for a little bit more here. BZM's not dead yet. The snowball, that'll help finish him off. Ari, with the snowball now gone, should be okay.
Nice kill. You needed to find a core off that play. Otherwise, it's too much time for Boom that he's not hitting creeps and progressing towards that blade. It slows some of that tempo down. Again, you're shutting down the DK. BZM, really, this has nothing going on.
Oh, point blank Requiem on Pure, and there's no creep for him to infest off of. He's got to make a run for it, see if he can catch the lane creep somewhere. But Boom's going to be there on the other side. There's nowhere to run. There's nowhere to hide. Mid1 has just shut down Pure.
That is huge in this game. You were not finding a lot of action with this SF. Where was he going to make his mark? Felt just get a free Lifestealer pick off. He had no business being there, just scouting it out. He just bought Relic at the shop. That's a high-level kill to give away to a Shadow Fiend who didn't need a blink or anything to get it.
Very defensive play there. Chrysalis popping the spin to get rid of the Nightmare. Just trying to make sure his support stays alive. But because of that play, the smoke, it was pretty costly, but they did end up finding that kill on the Dragonite. And now, with Mid-One's big move.
Well, the move that got made into him.
True. Maybe Pure's big move.
Triple bounty room. That's pretty nice. That completely evens out this early game. So all of that advantage that the Beastmaster extracted, pretty much nullified here in the last few minutes. I think Tundra jumped the gun a little bit, right? Just farm up your Radiance, get your Helm of the Overlord, get your Blink on the DK. If that's what you want to do here. There it arrives. Those are your early fighting items. You make a good smoke play off that, you just go into Roshan. You could have been up 5 or 6k. Threw some of those small windows away, and now it gives time for Mid-One to get towards his big fighting item. You're going to have time to get to the Blink Dagger on the Mars. 100 gold for Boom here. And Mauser going to be able to contest you around these timings.
I always find that when I'm having a rough game and I have to go Blink Dagger first to be the initiator for the team, more often than not, my game just continues to stay bad, right? Because I start fights, but inevitably I just die in the fights, good or bad. Is there a potential here that Dragonite just rushing a Blink Dagger like this never really gets to scale the way that Tundra want to see it?
It's definitely a risk, yeah. I mean, he can go in these fights as the initiator, just get blown up. Maybe the fight's good for the other two cores, but he continues to fall behind. It's just a decision that Tundra has to live with because he was going to have the rough lane with the last big counter pick, and they threw him there. You do have 2 scaling cores in those 2 side laners and 2 very good late game players, 33 and Pure. So you just have to have confidence that those 2 guys can pick up the slack and continue to scale, and I think you do have the confidence in this game. It's a very good Beastmaster game. He has very good core targets to go on in the late game with something like a double roar. He's thinking about auras here as well.
What makes it a good Beastmaster game? Because I see the single target is good against Juggernaut. Maybe it's good against, challenging the SF in the middle of a fight, but there is also the saves. They at least have Snowball as one save, maybe Cookie.
The biggest factor here. Arena messing up your positioning if you don't have BKB. Like, there's definitely some deterrence that Mouse have. I don't think it's absolutely free, but I think 33 feels confident he's going to be the highest impact hero going in the next 10 or 15 minutes here with the auras, with the timings to just go in Roshan. Maybe the DK is behind, but if you get every Aegis, it doesn't really matter.
Speaking of Blink Daggers first, boom. Another smoke move involving him. He's trying to find a pick off with his Blink Dagger.
Just awkward when you lost your mid tower first.
Yeah.
100 don't really have to linger around here. You're looking for that Wisdom Shrine. I think if that smoke went to Wisdom Shrine, you would have hit. Instead, are you going to lose both?
Yeah, Ahri's going to sneak it away.
Ooh, that is a big blow for Mouse. This smoke was just mega awkward.
And that's going to raise some warning signs here for Tundra. Like, if they're not on the Wisdom Shrines, where are they at? The smoke finally lands. It's on BZM. The spear goes out. It doesn't latch. Get any damage? Don't let it blink away. No, they couldn't get the damage. Boom, spear ruins Mouse.
Should have just arena'd him. You don't need to hold the arena too much in this game. I mean, they got a little greedy with the spell cast.
They got very greedy.
That was a gift too. As you said, the smoke should have been telegraphed. BCM, he just wants some extra tower damage. Maybe he thinks he's going to blink out of there. He did not get it off initially. That should have just been a free core kill. Now that smoke is a huge waste in terms of time. Look at all the space that Tundra are carving out bottom while you're getting the tier 1. It was pretty much guaranteed. They're going to get wards out here. They're going to get some more tower pressure. You don't have that glyph from earlier. This is a huge amount of tier 2 damage done by 33 without Helm of the Overlord. Might just be dead here, honestly.
Yeah, I don't think that Mounts are going to do anything to stop it.
That's some space created right there.
Funny part is he didn't have a TP scroll, so he's just been farming up the side of the map. Now we go back into it. He's rejoined his team with a smoke.
Mouse know they're here, though. They had pretty good obs in their own jungle, kind of reading where Tundra were going to play. They should not get caught by this. Just trying to wait for the arena cooldown. 20 seconds. If you get caught here, it's not that favorable of a fight. Instant D-ward.
Unfortunately, looks like he does manage to get the last hit on the ward. Yamich does what he can. He was 100% dead, but at least he doesn't let that ward get denied.
If you're gonna break and smoke, that's the best way to do it. Sure. Take something with you, waste a bit of their time. Though another tier 2 without even needing Aegis to do it.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you read their movements if you can't do anything to stop them.
You have a glyph if you want to pop it. They opt not to. That is a lot of space given to this Beastmaster. You're just not contesting 33 on these tower pushes, which means his pipe is going to come out faster. You can go into that Roshan. They're looking for some retribution.
Ari, he dies, but all he needs to do is buy time. Did it buy enough for Tundra to get here and get the punish? It looks like it. BZM, he hits the stun on Boom, spears him back. Let's see if Boom can get his Blink Dagger out. Nope. Whitemon catches him with the Nightmare, and now he is surrounded. Midwan was looking for a turnaround play, but with only the Kayayasha, no initiation possible here.
Needs his own Blink to look for those kind of quick setups and turnaround. You need the Tusk Blink as well. Mauser still looking for a lot of their initiation options. However, they are going to smoke back up here, try and catch somebody lingering. A little overconfidence.
Hey, it's an interesting move. When they've made this kind of smoke play, naturally, the team is going to split up after they succeed and get that kill, but 33 slips right on past them, now rejoins the rest of the team.
You saw the Tusk Aura on the ground.
Did.
This guy is just so alert. You're not going to catch him off guard. He knows exactly where you are right now.
Yeah, they're just going to have to kill his creeps. That's the best they're going to get out of this situation. 252 gold, though, for the Helm of the Overlord creep. Not too bad.
I mean, that's where you wonder, should Valve give you an option to turn that passive off?
Yeah.
If you're
Probably.
It's not an aura you can deactivate here.
I will say, Tundra, they have what, like a 3 or 4 tower lead right now, but it's still an even net worth game. How is that even possible?
The DK, right? He's just still behind. It's not the fastest recovering core from that mid lane position. Hasn't been given farm priority. And Mal's have done a decent job farming up the triangle, getting stacks together, giving a lot of extra gold to mid one. He now has Blink on top of that Kayasha. They're strong. Their cores are in a good position, all things considering.
Smoke at the Bane to where they know the Juggernaut is playing right now. They're going to catch him first with the Dragon Tail, now with the Fiend's Grip. Plenty of single target burst on this lineup from Tundra.
And that is what their lineup excels at. Finding isolated heroes in these jungle areas off deep wards or the nighttime scouting. Any stun setup, you're going to get chain stun 100-0, you're dead. Can't even spin out of those versus the crit.
I will say, positioning, I don't know if Chrysalis ever should be there in the first place. Right? He knows that Tundra have been playing that side of the map. You kind of got to expect like the most obvious Nightbot ward in the world.
A little greedy to run there. Gank the creep again. They have a ward in this river area.
Oh, they got Arena on too. The 2 supports are caught inside. The Nightmare doesn't go out fast enough. With the Requiem, they both will die. Now BZM is going to be the next target here with Midwan chasing him down with the help of Accelerate. The roll in here with his Radiant. Still wants to fight this out though with a punch up in the air. They do manage to get BZM. The 2 strong cores of Tundra are still alive. Can they get any of them? Nice spear. Boom. He catches 33. Still a war up. Omni Slash is going to bounce around here. See if it sticks onto a target. Sticks onto 33 a little bit more. They get 33. Boom doesn't die. He bulwarks to protect himself.
Big Wand keeps him alive. Not enough damage coming out from this Lifestealer yet. Needs more items on Pure to get that single target DPS going. And right now, SF is running these fights over. That is all set up by that ward in the river. Not in obs. Tundra expected to be there. And just wins a huge fight for Maus. I think they almost planted that ward in anticipation of the Beastmaster accelerating this Roshan. Yeah. Actually super early in this game because of how farm he is. Completely caught Tundra off guard. They're going to look for a little revenge, but once more, you cannot kill him again.
And Yamich is so good with it. I can't believe Chrysalis is trying to help bail out Yamich like that, but it works initially. Essence Ring, that'll keep Yamich up a little bit. Now Celery's perhaps the one in trouble. Pure's going to try and chase him down. Yamich does manage to get the flank away, though.
Long chase.
Both supports being saved here. Perhaps the healing ward helps out. Nice bushwhack, though, from Ari. Looks to burst him down. Still, though, the spin goes out. The Fiend's Grip, it just came up in time to help Pure. Pure, though, the final hit comes in from the SF. And mid-1, Shadow Fiend is still running these fights. Arena on 2. Now caught in both Whitemon with the spear. Still though, the Roar puts back and brings down Juggernaut. Chrysalis down. Mid-1 in trouble. A buyback from Yamich. The supports look to bail out their carry. It's Mid-1, the strongest hero right now in the game. They have to make sure he's okay. And now they go back in with on the Requiem point blank. 33. He's dead next. Tundra lose yet another fight to Mouse.
Just sick plays from the Mouse supports, drawing Tundra in, making them think, we're not going to fight this. We're just going to let you maybe get a support kill and walk away. No, they take the team fight. They get their ultimates up on the second half. And MidOne is just doing so much work. No one is checking this Shadow Fiend. Like, all the target prioritization is going into these other two cores, and he just has free reign. It takes so long to bring these supports down. The Solar Crest, the Healing Ward, some Lotus is going off, extra sustain, and Pure, he just gets chunked. Beautiful spell casting from the Image. He makes him work so hard for this kill. And then he has buyback on top of it. A great two-man spear into the raises. This bushwhack from Ahri is the only thing that salvaged any of this fight for Tundra. A three-man bushwhack will do some work. Just too much control. And this is part of my issue with the Tundra draft. You get locked in these long, drawn-out team fights. What is your AoE to kind of control that? What is your turnaround potential? Can you abuse the SF going in next to his other two cores? Because now he has BKB.
I mean, that sounds like a really fatal flaw, because they don't have the fastest damage out of their carry or their mid, right? So aren't they always going to be drawn into longer team fights, big 5-on-5s?
Unless you can start these fights with a clutch find from the Bane or the Hoodwink, yeah. I think you kind of have to clump your cores in. You have to take what the Lifestealer can give you in terms of that damage over time. You really have to prioritize the right targets with the Grip and the Roar now. And I think one of these has to go into the Shadow Fiend, and there could be that Snowball save. That's always the big concern. Like, Snowball save can bail you out of a lot of these single target big control spells. So MidOne has the confidence to go in aggressive. He's 7-0 and 4 right now. BKB done, Shield Rune on the back of it, Healing Ward behind him, Snowball save behind him, Solar Crest behind him. I don't know how you're killing this SF unless he's just way out of position.
Did you mention the Shield Rune? He's got that in his back pocket right now. That's pretty rough.
He's really cooking, almost level 18. And this could just be Roshan for Mouse.
Yeah, why not? You've got the tag team. You've got a little bit of minus armor, decent physical damage.
Healing Ward on top of it, so you're not worried about getting chipped.
This is looking like a Mouse. They've got the snowball rolling. I would not be surprised to see them going high ground with this agent.
They're not afraid to go in high ground early.
They do give it to the Juggernaut, the extra life, that is. So even more incentive for Tundra to focus on the SF in this next engagement.
If you could find him.
Yes.
But if you're Mouse, you're going to give the Aegis to the Jug and then focus your saves and your utility on the SF. So neither of these targets are going to be easy to bring down, which means you split the map. You have some options to rat here if you're playing Rift. Only the punch that Pure has to worry about on something like a Rage TP. Maybe Infest can bail him out, split Machine the lanes deep. You can always play with the two side lanes going in and try and abuse your pick off to find some action. Mouse are going to try and shut it down instantly, looking for the catch across the map, and they're going to find something here.
Ahri found on the low ground and blinks ahead of the bushwhack. Fancy moves from MidOne. Ahri getting a little lucky, though, on his innate. Gets a couple of misses out of there. BZM not so lucky, though. While Ahri does manage to juke out MidOne as best he can and does TP away successfully, BZM is caught by the trio.
Gets caught by a punch on the last second of that teleport.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Damage on point again, finds the better core target, and the BKB got popped by BZM on that. So that's his 9-second BKB gone. Didn't even get to take a fight out of it.
Yeah, talk about a Dragon Knight who's not going to scale in this game. Blink Dagger first into a BKB that isn't saving his life.
It's rough times right now for Tundra's mid laner, especially with all these power runes going to the SF. And they just keep killing this creep, man. That's like the 4th or 5th creep they have just committed spells onto, not letting 33 get lanes out. It's a lot of gold going their way as well. Probably, 1,500, 2K gold off these summons.
Yeah. And Chrysalis is using the Aegis really well. He took the tier 1 bottom tower by himself. Now he's taking the mid tier 2. His team has largely been playing around the Mars and SF, and as a result, with the Aegis, he's just been bullying them on objectives. So
you can go high ground here if you really want to push it. You have Crimson on the Mars. You have Auras to back these cores up to hit that high ground, especially with Healing Ward behind him and Aegis on top of it.
Yeah, if you're not doing any damage against Crimson, and then you have this Radiance on Pure, but if the Healing Ward stays alive and fights, that's completely counteracting the damage over time there.
It's a really nice timing for Mouse.
It's a hard high ground defense for Tundra.
And
See
what
what
is
they
their
put
high
together
ground?
here with an Aghanim Scepter on the Lifestealer. Multiple options to deal with the Omni Slash. That's certainly not a problem.
Just really concerned about their single target jump into all of the AoE and all the turnaround potential. That's a scary jump to make with your cores.
At the same time, though, oh, nice bushwhack! Caught Boom as he jumps in. Still, BZM's in trouble. Getting the invest, a big boost in HP, while the Roar goes to the Shadow Fiend. Got the arena, caught all these heroes inside of it. The Omni Slash, it really doesn't do much there. And the Fiend's grip on the high ground kisses. They're just not doing enough. Not enough damage, not without Midwan. They try and go back in with the Falcon Punch, but it looks like Midwan was ready to go. He wasn't ready to blink in afterwards. They use the Requiem defensively here. Teleports away. The BKB does last just long enough there. With the Dragon Tail already used, those supports will get away as well.
Really nice Roar from 33. Completely broke that fight up. Gives time for his other cores to deal with the Mars who went in. You're really deep on Tundra's side of the base. They have buyback potential. It's going to give a free fight for 33 to run in there and find his mark on that SF. And he has Pipe and Crimson to back the whole squad up here. So they're just so dang tanky. You throw Omni Slash, you throw Kisses. Tundra just shrugged it off, especially with Infest giving you some extra HP.
They did. They needed the SF, any sort of SF damage there to punch through all that. Speaking of punches, Yamich catches Whitemon, who thought he was invincible with a haste room.
That said, they did cut their losses pretty well. You only lost Aegis, you lost one hero out of all of that. It's not the worst for a failed high ground push. Could be a lot more severe. And
Yeah, ultimately, you weren't reliant on taking a lane of barracks with the first Aegis, right? There's plenty of room for growth for this Mouse lineup. As long as you don't lose your lead right now. Yamich pushing into the ward, but it doesn't matter. He makes the initiation in front of all of Tundra, and now the follow-up from Boom. A spear goes through, pushing away some of these heroes. Not sure who they're going to go for. Is it going to be 33? No, he's teleported away. Now is it going to be BZM? No, he's blinked back. They have missed their opportunity. Yamich set them up, just bold as hell, just jumps right into all of Tundra. But unfortunately, the follow-through wasn't quite there.
Playing so aggressive on this Tusk. Knows if he goes in with Punch Snowball, there's not a lot of AoE to punish Mao's committing on that sort of initiation, so you have a lot of time to get in there with your cores and just put Tundra in an awkward position, particularly with Butterfly on Crystallis. This is a big damage upgrade, really nice timing for them to play around. They're putting a lot of pressure on Tundra around the map, and we're seeing this net worth and XP lead grow for them right now. Just not carving the same amount of space back with this Beastmaster's aura timings, particularly losing that Roshan. It cost 33 a lot here with this sort of item buildup. Got to continue to find farm on the Lifestealer. He's your one big scaling element in this game. If Pure can get massive, he can cause Mao's a lot of problems in the team fight. They don't have good ways to focus him down. Like, you could punch the Lifestealer, the jug damage, I guess. That's not enough to burst him. And then if he gets Infest off, he heals up, he comes back out. That's a long-term issue you're going to have to deal with.
It does feel like both carries are incentivized not to hit the other carry.
In a way, yeah. You're looking for the other damage dealers. You're looking for the mid laners. You're looking for the off laners. Take the control and the auras out of the engagement.
The Blink Dagger. BKB, now an Orchid for BZM. So maybe a better chance at stopping these saves. I assume that's what the Orchid is going to be primarily used for.
If you can find the Tusk, it's amazing. Yeah, I mean, that's maybe the best hero to find.
Got the punch! A second bad death for Pure in this game as he gets caught in the corner of the map by the one hero who can stop him.
Just throw the Omni into him. Make sure he dies there. And that is a lot of time to work with. That is not the hero you want going down right now for Tundra, because you need the extra damage buildup. He's going into the MKB to deal with that Butterfly. That just got delayed even further.
Yeah, top lane was already pushed in, so Mao's, they could poke at the high ground again, but without the Aegis, it's maybe perhaps too much of a risk to take.
It's not that efficient. Just farm the map, right? They're continuing to grow this lead. Boom showing mid, almost kind of baiting Tundra to go on him.
He is.
Really tempting.
Right behind him, ready to go with an Arcane Rune. The blink back before the Dragon Tail lands. Nice reactions from Boom.
Crystallis, he's going to hit top off.
BZM wants to cut the wave, but he'll be caught here. Stuck inside the Ice Shard, stuck inside the arena. No way out for him or for Ahri.
Beautiful catch.
They're just not doing any damage, though. Oh, they can't get him. All right, finally a cookie lands, and surely they've got the damage.
Well, that's an opening to push high ground.
Yeah.
And you don't even have DK form when he respawns here. Just a complete liability this game. as Mouse continue to abuse BZM. That's a free lane. Unless Pure can do anything about it, but
I don't know, going out
damage.
damage. And he's got that Aghanim Scepter, he's got the Infest and the other Infest, so, you know, there's options here, but he can't do anything to actually stop these heroes hitting building.
Especially with Healing Ward just sitting there. Like, who's going to go in and kill this Healing Ward? If it's not the DK blinking in sacrificially. That is an easy lane before the Roche spawn.
Yeah, 33 tries to cut, but it's too late. Mid lane of Barracks is already dead.
And we are pushing towards those late game items. The Hexes, it's going to arrive quickly here for mid one. That is going to cause you a lot of problems in this game. That's just a death sentence for the Lifestealer.
And Scotty for the Juggernaut as well.
Another creep to go down.
Yep, boom. He starts out with the spear to try and put damage on the creep immediately to make sure that 33 can't take take over a new creep and deny that bounty. So another 250 gold secured. There's that side device. Scotty coming in very soon for Chrysalis, and Boom is gonna go for Shivas.
Bigger items coming out for Mouse right now. We're even getting close to that Tuskags, which would just completely break this game. Tundra have to find something here in the next minute or two. This is desperation territory. You have to find some clutch pickoffs, get some vision out, control the next Roshan, and take this Aegis away from Mouse, because that's just a death sentence if they get all the loot.
Said much bigger items for Mouse, and part of that is 33 doesn't even know what item he's gonna go next. He's got 3,000 gold, nothing queued up. What helps save this game? Lotus Orb?
It is a good Lotus Orb game. You don't really have anybody else who can build it, but then you are just complete utility, right?
Yeah.
Your scaling options are Hex or Refresher.
And frankly, BZM's not doing any damage, and Pure doesn't seem to do enough for them. So
That's
somebody's got to do more.
Even if you're surviving, who is killing Mouse in this scenario where you have a full utility Beastmaster, a Dragon Knight who's the force core in the game and not scaling, and a Radiance Lifestealer? I just don't see you winning the fight. I think he has to go for something more aggressive.
Well, the damage options for a Beastmaster are usually Aghanim Scepter, but I feel like that's just more damage spread that's just countered by healing.
I think he just has to go Hex.
Okay.
Link Hex.
Yeah, a little bit more single target for Tundra.
More jump, more ability to just find the SF and take him out of the fight. That would give you an opportunity, but he's not going to have it for this push. Once again,
yeah, whatever that item is, Tundra will have to fight without it here. Boom. Blinds look there in the trees. Almost found BZM.
It's just forcing Tundra back, getting map control. Roche is up right now, so there's no reason to take this push.
Right, they pull into the top part of the map, and now they can push out bottom and take over the bottom part of the map where Roshan is for at least another minute.
Really nice outmaneuver. You're going to get a chance to deward their vision around the pit, put up a ward of your own, potentially just camp it, and bait Tundra into you. There goes the ward kill. Celery on point. Still is an option you can plan as well. So now Tundra, they're kind of flying blind. They don't know if the Roche is going down. I mean, I guess you have the roar to kind of play around, but it can die really fast if you're not just smoking here in the first place. So you kind of just have to make the call and go. You'll infest the DK, look for the jump, have to find a big core target.
Roar goes out immediately as smoke, but the smoke is right on top of him. Blinks right in the middle of all these heroes. Lifestealer pops out immediately, speared. Terror, dead in an instant.
No rage.
They thought they had the initiation. He pops out of the infest, but doesn't get off the rage fast enough. And without that damage dealer, again, Tundra, they already had damage problems. Without their carry, it's non-existent.
I think that fight's over the second mid one gets that blink off. You had to find the SF with that stun. Even then, Snowball save can come out, but you have a chance of orchiding the Tusk on top of finding the SF, and that's kind of your window to win that fight. The second that goes bad, it looks rough, and then, yeah, the cherry on top is that beautiful spear. No rage for you, no chance for you.
If BZM doesn't even complete the escape, he was hoping to push out the lane real quick before Tundra could get here, but they're just too damn fast. 5 heroes with an Aegis all barreling down the middle lane. Yeah, look how fast mid one was there. Great reactions.
You're gonna have the healing ward up this entire time. You have multiple BKB heroes. It's just such a tough fight. The draft is not designed to win these kind of engagements behind this much.
Mouse, all they have to do is stay together as 5, and nothing is going to stop them from doing that. As here they go up to the high ground a second time. 4 minutes left on the Aegis. Tundra on their last legs.
There's the Ags for the Tusk to kick Tundra out of this one. do not think we're going to see this Yaman's Tusking King 2.
I don't think
you can afford to give it to this team. It does way too much work with their playstyle.
Boom, he swerved to an AC instead.
That's super nice. Great AC game. All the itemization's been on point here. This team is scary, man. They get the ball rolling. They just do not look back. They play aggressively. They force you to react to their momentum, their objective taking. You just feel like you're on the back foot the whole time. The lead starts to build. Does Tundra pull off something here on the high ground hole? Gotta look for the back line, get the life stealer in deep.
Here goes BZM. His smoke breaks. He has to make the initiation. It's on a Sapphire. Not what he wanted. Now he's going to be caught by the Requiem. They give him the invest. It's not good enough. Not enough HP. The Omni Slash on Pure with no way out. GG is called. Tundra are done with this one. MOUZ full of momentum. They played the quarterfinals, and now they're one game away from Grand.
They are looking so damn strong. They're not winning the early game. That's the crazy part. We were used to seeing this team kind of just roll people over with the 5-man, one-dimensional strat. This tournament has felt way different than that one-dimensionality we saw in some of the previous events. They're cooking on multiple levels. They're bringing the team fight, they're bringing the synergy, the objective taking, the scale, the catch. They're playing well around the map. They're dewarding. They're getting obs up. Celery has been on point. Yamich just got his signature heroes. They're getting the last pick clutch picks for mid one. Everything is working for this team right now. It is not an easy squad to address.
They beat Team Spirit in the late game, and now MOUZ have defeated, at least in game one, Tundra in the mid.
Yes, the job is not done just yet for MOUZ. Whilst it is one game against Tundra, and apparently everything being perfect for them, as Avery is saying that, Quinn, where do you even go for the drawing board when it comes to Tundra?
I mean, to be honest, I think MOUZ is looking like an incredible team right now. And while Tundra may be incredible players, I don't think they're really looking like a team that much. I think they were kind of discombobulated. They were punching with one finger around MOUZ's body, and MOUZ was like, what, bam, right in their chest with a whole fist. And I think that to me feels like this game.
Yeah, everything coming together. And of course, Misery, before this series, you loved the Tusk. You thought, is MOUZ going to be prioritizing it? They get their hands on it, and it looked so fantastic. Everything just adding together in this way.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it during the draft as well, how high skill ceiling this draft of MOUZ had, and mid one completely delivering, the toss delivered. Like, I think MOUZ played incredibly well this game. They had a little bit of a hiccup early on, but once they started winning the team fights, it was just, there was no way back. And I felt like you could maybe even see Tundra's draft being a little lackluster in terms of team fight, in terms of the mid DK, which we're going to talk about later. Like, I think their draft seemed a little lackluster to me when the game played out the way it did.
I think all that matters is MOUZ are just playing their game, and you can feel it no matter what, right? In a losing game, winning game, like every choice they're making isn't as if they're trying to react to their opponent. It's our draft wants to do this, we're going to try our best to make it work. In this game, like you guys are mentioning with mid one, with Yamich, like even like if you look at all their players, they're on comfort heroes of the last 93 game run that they've been on in this season so far. Like every single player, Boom on the Mars, Celery playing his Snapfire they love playing. Like I think just the fact that they're getting comfort heroes and then just showing off what they can do with it is just testament to their chance of getting to the grand finals.
And it's not just the big overall macro parts that we're talking about when it comes to those team fights. There's always so many intricate details that it can be easily overlooked, Quinn. And for you, mid one, that SF in the mid lane, there was just something next level for him.
Yeah, I think his play overall in this game was absolutely amazing. I think generally he's the best player in the tournament right now, but I think his laning was also excellent, and there was a key point here. I think that sort of shifted the lane. I think they were having a pretty rough early game overall. But there's something very key about mid is that if you get 3 denies and 3 waves, it means the other hero doesn't get level 2. That's a perfect frame deny. And now DK is level 2 and SF's level 3, and mid one very expertly holds the wave on his hill, leaving that range creep to hold the wave. And so now he can just full zone, and mid one knows it. He doesn't push the wave, he doesn't spam raise as silly. He walks past those creeps there and he zones it from the wave, and he has some massive advantage, like mega denies, and he doesn't take that and throw it away. He plays the game very calculated, and he slowly claws that lead back after MOUZ having kind of a rough early game in the side lanes.
And it's key to what you guys are saying. Playing through that mid lane is very instrumental for MOUZ. It's things that have added to their success before. And the side lane's really struggling. 33's Beastmaster off to a fantastic start. Misery, it felt like no matter how good mid one was playing, the eventuality of a 33 Beast was going to come through.
Yeah, pretty much the worst case scenario when you play against Beastmaster is giving this hero a good start. We see it here, like how he ended up getting this double kill really early on. I'm not sure what went on before this clip. It just felt like a little bit of a mistake here. He ends up getting 2 kills and a super quick Dominator. And that's like the worst case scenario when you play against Beastmaster. You see it here, it's like 5 minutes 50. The tower's already getting ambushed by these skeletons here. And yeah, it's just here it transitions into a mid dive here with where Lifestealer collapses, and all of this is only possible because they gave away this double kill. If they played it more stable and more, conservative, maybe they could have delayed all of this a couple of minutes. But yeah, this looked really bad for MOUZ at this point in time. But again, like Quinn said, the Shadow Fiend just mid one just kind of keeping them in the game with multiple good moves. Yeah, that's pretty much the name of the game, I think.
So scary as well, because when you look at the net worths there, it was like Beastmaster number 1, Lifestealer just got to number 2 at the end of that second clip, and it's like most teams would crumble under Tundra playing perfectly there. So it's like if you don't make the correct choice, you are minutes away from that 3,000-4,000 gold lead that Tundra had accrued so early on to becoming 10k themselves. Like you cannot make a single mistake when 33 is able to open the map this quickly.
Yeah, you're just looking at all those things, right? Obviously, we get the bird's eye view, we get all the information. You're seeing how it's stacking up on net worth. You're seeing that they're willing to dive tier 1s, potentially even tier 2s. It's like, where do we go from there? But the big instrument here is Beastmaster getting bigger, but on the side of MOUZ, they're like, yeah, we need to shut him down. We need to be able to have better team fights here. And whilst the individual skill was impeccable, it really eventuated to that Beastmaster not actually having a good game.